guess we shared what we are working on, and
One of the things that I was saying is her sharing about the lockdown experience. My school also had the lockdown experience, and then we found out we were on the opposite sides of the same hill.
so we're neighbors
Yeah.
in schools. So sometimes there's a similar issues with the parents and the students. I think her school is also considered probably one of the top schools. That's what I've heard. But my school is one of the top schools in San Francisco. It's a public school, but because of public school, there's diverse students with a different background. So some students are from pretty wealthy family. On the other hand, there's a students with unfortunate, family situation, and they don't have any support sometimes. So my solution that I've been working on is doing a class skit and performing in front of the whole school, in front of the community members, in front of the parents, so that they all can. So my students, I think what's good for them is each of them are given to stand up on a stage and say something, or perform, or act, or singing, so that they are practicing skills for their public speaking skills. They will need it when they have when they need to make a positive social change in the future. So, and when parents see, so my performance is about Fred Korematsu, because my school, my program, it's called JBBP, Japanese Bilingual Bicultural Program. It's founded by third generation Japanese Americans who lost their heritage language because of the World War II incarceration history. So they couldn't teach their own heritage language to their kids. So they created the school program in public school system. So now we have Japanese program. However, many parents are attracted to the high test scores. So they don't they don't know why some Japanese, this language teaching program exists in San Francisco, so that students can show their biographical play of Fred Korematsu. And that's an educational opportunity for everybody in the community. So as a community, I guess it raises civil rights or human rights awareness. So, and we found out she does the opera.
My school as well we have two campuses, and one of them is named after a principal who was also interned, who is still living. And to me, the big question is if her name is on the building, why doesn't our school commit to teaching the history? So I've always personally
Which school
felt
is that? I missed it.
Rooftop School.
Oh, Rooftop, okay.
And it's the Nancy Yoshihara Maeda campus. And she is quite a force and a wonderful resource to talk to the kids. But I would also agree with you that high test scores bring on change, and that the issue of gentrification of the city is also affecting the school. And our school has a long history of engagement through the arts, and it's changing. Because sometimes the arts say things that we don't want to hear. So we did an opera this year with Marcus Shelby on the history of Harriet Tubman. And you would think that it would be something that our school would get behind, and they didn't. And it was really unfortunate. It was a great opera, a wonderful opera, a full house, but it wasn't my community, my school community, which is, I think, really unfortunate. So I was saying that I've been looking at ways to make sure that we can at least share the knowledge with other communities who would want to use the information. So I've been exploring libraries, books, archiving of our history, because you never know when somebody's going to come along and they'll want to know, and then it will be there for them. So that was my solution. Yeah, I'm working with the Internet Archive on a project. I'm going to put a shout out. It's going to be a hip hop symphony about the history of the internet, and the idea that the internet should remain free and accessible to all. And it'll be composed by DJ Spooky, and he has decided. He has decided, DJ Spooky, he's decided that the opening to the opera will be a choral piece based on Article 19. So I hope that all of you would really be interested in following up on this, because
I love to spooky.
yeah, we're looking at a free school day performance at the Internet Archive. And I'm looking for people who would like to go.
And this kind of like, I have someone to connect you to around space. I have someone to connect you to. Two of my very close friends are the Kitchen Sisters. Do you know the Kitchen Sisters? Kitchen Sisters. They've been doing radio programming for 27 years. Their latest series for NPR is called The Keepers.
No, I think I've heard that.
And so definitely there's something going on starting to bubble up in the Zeitgeist around archives, around memory, around and so they're searching all over the country for people that are the keepers of knowledge. And they're interviewing people, they're doing whole radio broadcasts that will start to air in the spring.
So what I was saying is that I happened to be given a box from our school site because somebody was afraid it was all going to be thrown away. And it would have been thrown away. And it's basically the school history all the way back to 1923. And because of technology, I can archive everything and make it accessible to anybody who wants to find it. So I'm really interested in making sure that educators know about the archive and the fact that any one of you could open an account for free and start creating an archive. And if you haven't thought about it, you should try it.
Wow, there's an